keep dreaming about a better world. You keep wishing for some clarity, always hoping that a lightning bolt is gonna save you from this gravity. You're holding out for some romantic life. Maybe you'll wake up in a world of charm. Oh, but what's in can set you free. You don't have to dream. Your life's a masterpiece. If you just believe, then all you see is all you need. Right now your hopes are shattered, just pointless ever after. But in time you'll find through love your power just shines. When you don't know where to turn to, and you're sure all hope is gone. When the day you waited for won't come, and dark won't yield to dawn. Just look, open up your eyes. Just look. The truth is there, but sometimes in disguise. The ways of setting up we're together, moving toward the light. When we trust in love and open our eyes. If you could only open up a door, spread your wings and fly away from here. Write yourself into a fairy tale. All your problems would just disappear. And still you're counting on a second sight to somehow rescue from the weight of harm. When what you need to do is see. All you have to be is here in reality. Live your fantasy. You'll find the key to victory. I know the dark's returning, the fires of hate are burning, but the lights can't hide what's true when love's There's not a miracle that's gonna show you how. The secret to your life is here and now. Look inside, and you're searching for your light. It's time to rise, to realize, to open up your eyes. When you don't know where to turn to, and you're sure all hope is gone. When the day you waited for won't come, and dark won't yield to dawn. Just look, open up your eyes. Just look. The truth is there, but sometimes in disguise. The ways of setting up we're together, moving toward the light. When we trust in love and open our eyes.
Child, our daughter, sit while we talk a while. You've done no misdeed, still they'll put your life on trial. Born like your family, far from any state of grace. You're as perfect as the wind and sky, but they'll treat you like you're out of place.
This world is cold. The power is with those who would judge and control. But we have a chance to make it right. This is what you'll what you need. Leave them to bleed. Let them know bitter while your revenge is sweet. Keep the secret, pretending you're just like them. Live there like a princess in the kingdom of selfish men. Play their game now. Do what it takes to win. Steal it back. All they keep from you. They refuse to look beyond your skin.
And as you grow, you'll gain from their knowledge, but your heart will know when the time is right to hand the line. When the charade is through.
Show them how you slow. It's only for a while. Take what you need. Leave them to bleed. Let them know bitter while your revenge is sweet.
You might think that maybe they're changing. You pray that their hatred is waning. That's when it hurts most to find the story unfold and the cruelty's exposed. You'll be glad you're not that kind.
Show them how you slow. It's only for a while. Take what you need. Leave them to bleed. Let them know bitter while your revenge is sweet. Finding the courage inside of you. Just close your eyes and believe. Look back at the days, remembering the dreams that we had. The possibilities were endless. We all believed in superpowers. Reliving the days, the promises we've forgotten. Just like another fading picture. With all the memories gone inside of you. Finding the courage inside of you. Just close your eyes and believe. Nothing ever stays the same. We're changing every day. There's no turning back. Just look ahead. When my broken heart starts remembering again, a dream that keeps replaying inside of my head. Shrouded in mysteries, it's almost like a vu. Reality is never just the way that we want it to be. But without a dream, would never shine deep down. You'll find the light inside of you. Courage that you gave to me is priceless. Together as one, together as one. You and I will make it dreams will last forever. We will face a brand new day. All the days you gave to me are priceless. Together as one, together as one. It's time for us to open new doors about. There's nothing to fear. Look back at the days, remembering the dreams that we had. The possibilities were endless. We all believed in happy endings. The years that have passed, the ambitions that we've forgotten. Just like another shooting star. When did we all become so lifeless? Reality is never just the way that we want it to be. Without a dream. stays the same, changing every day. There's no turning back, just look ahead. So don't forget that I'm here with you. Everything we thought we had was nothing but a dream, and all that is left for us to see. The time's come now for us to believe. Courage that you gave to me is priceless. Together as one, together as one. You and I will make it dream will last forever. We will face a brand new day. All the things you gave to me are priceless. Together as one, together as one. It's time for us to open new doors about there's nothing to fear. Finding the courage inside of you. Just close your eyes and believe. Finding the courage inside of you. Just close your eyes and believe.
これは未完成の歌。これは未来につながる反響。さあ、みんなと一緒に。
What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good? It's been a bit. What's up, y'all? Ryan and Fams here. We back with another episode. Another episode of the Lightning Round podcast. How y'all doing? We are on episode number 86. Give me a minute while I put this up. There you go. There you go. Alright, we're on episode number 86. And we got a bit to discuss here today. really one thing. It's really one thing, but it's just one thing that's very important. Okay? And I think for all of us, it's best we have some bit of awareness with this going on. As not just this one. I'm sorry, there's a few of them. There's a few of them we do need to go over. But some of them, they do deserve. You know, most of it is really related to this one topic. And it's what's going on with the internet as of late. Okay? And this is a little concerning, really, for me as a content creator, because if y'all know, my Discord does have some not safe for work in there. So clearly we got a situation going on where, thanks to a certain asshole company such as this one, such as the Collective Shout, we're now under fire, not just from the UK, who's already experiencing this, but the EU, as in everywhere else in the world that ain't the US. We're not under fire for the simple fact that now we're under a situation that, for some of these people, or at least for most of us, we will have to give our information up, right? Give up where we live. Give up God knows what, just so we could access some not safe work. So we're going to leave our information in the hands of the government to, oh, I don't know, be able to look at some porn. The sad thing is, the real sad thing is, yeah, but it's getting to a whole new level of petty. It's getting to a whole new level of bullshit. Okay? Because now it's not just giving up all of our info just to look at some porn, but they're stripping some of our games away. Or at least they're trying to strip some of our games away. So, I don't know if any of these rules were read. I don't know if y'all read some of the stuff that they're trying to pull. But let me see if I can find it real fast. It shouldn't take too long on here. Some of the things they said can put some of our games, some of our favorite games in jeopardy here. So, of course, we see this one here. A new bill in the Congress, the Screen Act, distinct from the Kids Online Safety Act, under consideration. And if enacted, it would mandate comprehensive age verifications for online access to safeguard kids. The big issue with this is, of course, they're not doing this for kids. We know they're not doing this for kids. Not at all. They're not doing this for kids. They're doing this just simply for control, taking away your freedom on the internet. So, guess what? All that hentai and shit like that y'all love seeing, you'll be lucky if you see any of it. Yeah, but this is how they're going to start. They're going to take your freedom away by taking away your ability to look at all this porn on the internet. Now, guess what? Here's another thing they're going to make sure to do. Some of the favorite games y'all love playing, they're looking to take that away as well. So for everyone that loves the hell out of Grand Theft Auto and making a meme, Grand Theft Auto, this came out before GTA 6, that came out before GTA 6. The way how I see it is this: you'll be lucky if GTA 6 comes out, period. Now, I don't think people understand that a good chunk of this world is probably ran on porn right now. Most of the internet is being ran on porn. Hell, the Discord server you're in with mine is ran on porn. Some isn't. Thankfully, some isn't. But it's the fact that they're going through this much. They're going through this much. Case in point. They're going through this much. To do this is out of control. Like, it's getting out of control. And they need to chill. Okay? Like, why are we going through this much? And I guess the big thing, a big question is this that I have, and this is not even just for, it's not just for this in general. It's part of the reason, but I have to ask this to parents, okay? For parents, and you have kids, okay? Or if you're a guardian and you have siblings in your world, young ass siblings, I have a question. Real quick question. Why the hell are you not watching your kids? Why do you rely on the internet to watch your kids? Because this doesn't start if people know how to watch their kids. Okay? My thing with that is this. If you're going to be having kids, you better be ready to commit all of your attention to them. Okay? This doesn't exist if they know how to watch their kids. Or if their babysitter knows how to watch their kids. So in a way, yes, I blame parents for this. But in another way, yes, I blame the government for this, because the government, I mean, we already know they want our information. We already know this. But look what you're doing to suppress and take away what you, the person living in this country that you love having, you love being a part of. You know, like some people, such as myself, I want to keep my information private, okay? Because at a moment's notice, I could be giving my information to the wrong person and I could get doxxed for all I care, for all I know. And I will never know it. Like, this happened to me a couple years back where someone tried to, I was at a party, right? I was at an event. I get a message from my phone, from my from my debit card company. They said, "Oh, well, you trying to spend like $200 to take to go to an airplane?" And I'm like, "No, I don't approve of this. I don't even know how they got my information." It's because of shit like that is why I don't blame people for being so protective all the time. And it's why we're at the situation that we're at in the world. This is why, like, the way I see it, look, I know we're not supposed to talk about this stuff, but the fact that this is directly getting to us, as in directly getting to this area, our space, invading said space, is where it's starting to become a problem. Because because of some some video game that was meant to piss us off, right? Apparently. I forgot what the hell this game was called already. But because of some video game that was meant to piss them off, oh, we have this and this, we have such and such, so that way when you see it, you can automatically pin the blame on these kind of video games being made, just so you can go ahead and take it away from us. Look, y'all may think this is crazy. Y'all may not give a damn about it now. Y'all may think this is crazy now until it starts to really directly get to you. And that's where I think some of us, we need to, like, wake up and see this. Because look, they could take every little thing that we love, that, oh, because it has this in there, they're going to take this away. Oh, because this has a little bit of violence in here, we're going to take away this game. Oh, because this has a little bit of nudity in here, we're going to take this away. My apologies for not having the sheet chat up, but this is why having these kind of rules is very, 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 very dangerous to have for the U.S. And I hope, even the U.K., as you can see the measures that they're taking as of late with this. So let me go ahead and read this up real quick. So let's read what this is. The Kids Online Safety Act is the U.S. equivalent of the EU's Digital Service Act and UK's Online Safety Act. And if this is passed, it will lead to digital identity, total de-anonymization of the internet, and massive censorship. And it was reintroduced to Congress back in May 2025, all because of, to quote unquote, protect children, even though we know damn well this ain't the case. Now, we've already read through this. Now, apparently this shit is getting so crazy that the person who basically started all of this, Anita Sarkeesian, decided to be like, oh, okay, this is not looking good. This is affecting what I do. This is affecting what I love. Let me try to stop this. But here's the problem. Here's the big deal with this, okay? Anita Sarkeesian is the reason why we're at this position in the first place. So you have her to thank. Funny enough, you have her to thank for why we're at this position. It's because of her, and because of her going so hard back then with all this, that you found a company that does it better. We have a company that does it better, and they're looking to actually get, I guess, clout and fame off of it. But the routes they're going about it, they're now not on social media apparently. But that don't mean shit, because that movement, where is it? That I had it up here. Yeah, that movement I showed earlier. The government doing this is basically doing that female movement a favor. They don't even have to make a move. They don't have to say or do anything. Just that this simply existing and the government's trying to back this is enough for them. They don't need to say anything. Now, this what they did have to say. Collective shout. They don't have to do anything if the government gets their way with this. But yeah, basically this is what they had to say, where they said, in response to false claims and misinformation about our campaign, we're setting the record straight. Some have asked why we involved payment processors, and others have claimed we are responsible for the itch.io, which is of course removing of any not safe for work content in there, such as that one horror game that they removed. We've raised our objection to that and incest games on Steam for months, and they've ignored us for months. We've approached payment processors because Steam did not respond to us. And you know what? I'm happy Steam didn't respond to you, because let's look at it this way. If you're Steam, at the end of the day, you're hurting Steam's money. At the end of the day. Do they agree with this? No. They don't agree with the whole, assault and incest games. They don't agree with it. You know damn well just people over there that don't agree with it, that work for Steam that don't agree with it. But they also know at the end of the day, they're trying to keep their thing afloat as much as they can. You say it's already DOA due to the First and Fourth Amendment rights, then why the fuck is it going as far as it has right now? That's my big question. It shouldn't be going this far. It should have already been shut down right then and there. But, alas, you know what I mean? Like, let's say the First and Fourth Amendment wasn't a part of this right now. The way that I see it is this: we're in trouble should this pass. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully it never will. But this situation has led to trouble with some specific games here. I'm going to tell you the few that's going to be in trouble with this, okay? Get ready. Monster Hunter could potentially be in trouble with this. Now, it's not like they can't pass this out, but Monster Hunter can absolutely be in trouble with this because it's some sexual things going on, you know, like with the outfits you wear. You could potentially, this game could potentially be in trouble with this. Obviously, Senran Kagura would entirely be in trouble for this. Because if you know what Senran Kagura is, then you understand. When it goes to sexual content. Now, when it goes to the violent content, violent and sexual content, obviously Grand Theft Auto is priority one. That's why I said what I said. Such as, you know what? Oh shit, y'all could potentially be in trouble here because look, you might not get a GTA. Because if this thing gets their way, they're gonna try to shut down as much GTA games as they can from you with you playing it. You know what I mean? The most popular game in the world, one of the most popular games in the world, is in deep waters because of some women that don't know how to handle some ass in the video game. Which is funny enough because these are the same people that had no problem with that Cuties movie that came out on Netflix. You remember that? I remember that clear as day. And you know, want to know what? They approved of it. They approved of it. So you would think with them approving of that, they'd have no problem with this. But I guess not. Oh, and the government's no different because they approved of this too. Where you allow a fucking movie being shown of kids being sexualized. But you want to scream at me protecting the children. Meanwhile, I can literally take my ass on Netflix right now and still see that this movie has not been taken away, which it should have never came out in the first place. But you want to know what? I want to go ahead just to show the point where it's like it's still up here. It's gotta still be up here. If it's not, then they probably actually did take it down. I don't know what the fuck this is, but that already scares me. But yeah, like violent movies, violent video games, like all that stuff y'all know, already in deep shit. Alright, well apparently it's not on Netflix because I can't find it anywhere. It would be the first thing I would see here. But the fact that I don't see it here, so they had to have taken this shit off. Because, oh, okay, you know, it already, you know, in Netflix case, it's not because it was morals, it's because of, oh, okay, it already, you know, like, done its thing. It already outlasted. But then again, I have a feeling by the time I'm done streaming here, I'll probably be able to find it. They want to control us where rebellion is impossible. The thing is, though, it's going to still be a thing. Rebellion is going to stay being a thing. The more you try to bullshit people, the more we're going to have a rebellion. The more we're going to have a rebellion. But this is not the only rebellion that's happened. This is one that's successful. Let's take a look at this where Vishojo out here being a dirty ass company by sitting up there and taking donation money and keeping it for yourself. Particular, you're doing it to fuck up Iron Mouse, who made you pay. fucked up so bad, you got almost every VTuber that you had, probably every VTuber that you had, and they said, fuck it, we gone. We want nothing to do with you anymore. And the way that I see it is this, for Iron Mouse, who said, look, I'd rather stay independent for a while. The way that I see it is this. If I am all of these VTubers right now, okay? If I was y'all, stay independent for right now. Y'all need to go about this your own way. You need to do this your own way. Okay? I hope they understand that. Look, we love y'all and we care for y'all, but we do not want y'all to go in and join another company, and the next thing you know, you're in, like, you know, you're in deep shit all over again. So I hope for every VTuber out here, for every PNG tuber out here that's in the company, and if you don't like where you're at, just stay independent and stay where you're at. Make your own business decisions. Make your own money. And these people can easily do it. We already know Iron Mouse easily got back on her feet. The same can be said for everyone else that was over there in that company. They got back on their feet. But I also hope this shows y'all, look, these companies, the government, whatever, they don't give a fuck about you. That's why I was like, look, it is a dog-eat-dog fucking world out here. It is terrible out here. Yeah, she reincarnated after quote-unquote graduated, and the way that I see is this, she still has the same amount of people. And honestly, good for her. Because she knew, look, the company fucked up, so I'm off doing my own thing. Just being where I'm at. I want to be independent. And I think that's the best thing that should be done is, look, y'all need to stay independent for right now and go about it your own way. Yup, they're no better. Companies are trying to get Iron Mouse to join them ASAP, but she wants to be indie. I don't blame her. I don't blame them. Fool you, I don't blame them. In fact, I promote this with every single VTuber, PNG tuber. Stay independent. Don't go nowhere. Make your own money. Promote with your own promote with your people. Do what you do. You know what I mean? I'd rather go about it my own way, and that is probably going to be the hardest way, is being independent. But I'd rather go about it and be successful my own way than jump to another company that's going to fuck me over again. And then after that, I'm right back to leaving, or I'm right back with another contract I'm not too thrilled about. And in the case of Iron Mouse, she can stay independent and be successful. She clearly has the people. She has the support. She don't need to go to any other company. As far as I'm concerned, and this is where I hope Iron Mouse looks at this as, is like, look, at the end of the day, y'all coming to me. I'm not coming to you. I'm not desperate to join another place. In fact, I don't want to join another place. I join another place, who's to say y'all won't up and fuck me over just like this company did. So I hope for Iron Mouse's sake, and for everyone else that was in that company that left, y'all look at it as that exact mindset. Like, you know your worth in streaming. Streaming practically runs the fucking internet at this point. And y'all have already got a leg up ahead of all these companies. You can do the shit yourself. You can make the money yourself. So in that case, keep it that way yourself. Fuyu, I know you missed it because I just finished up having a talk about this, but I'll go ahead and say what I had to say. This shit is troublesome with this whole Child Online Act. This shit is troublesome. It's already affecting Discord. It's already affecting our games. It's going to affect our games a lot sooner than we realize. It only affected a few of them. But the way that I see it is this. In a way, this is what some people get. This is what some people deserve. Because some of the people looking at you, Anita Sarkeesian, where you sat up there and you started this whole thing. Now you reap what you sow. You reap what you fucking sow. You started this trying to get people to, oh, stop playing these games because, oh, all this violence, oh, all this sex, oh, all this gooner shit. But look at what it's doing. Now it's going to go from not just not safe for work. It's going to begin to target everything you care about that is even close to hitting their parameters. Now, I am sure I had to put this in DMs. Did I put this in the DMs for you? I had to at some point, right? If I didn't, then it is what it is. I know I had to retweet it or some shit like that. But, yeah, you said it's the other bill that they're trying to sneak in with the Child Safety Online Act we need to worry about. What was it? What was this other bill? Besides the whole thing going on with the whole video game thing. But this is also more than what I'm saying with these. I also said this. I said, look, with, where the fuck did I say? Where the fuck was it? I need to keep some of this stuff up sometimes, I swear. Here it is. Where I specifically said, look, for collective shout, they don't even need to make a move. They could just sit back and watch the government do this. They don't need to do anything. They don't need to do anything. The Screen Act? Did you look this up? Did you post this on the DMs? If you can, send me this in DMs. But I am going to say this, though. With where we are going, Metal Gear Solid 2, man. A fucking timepiece of a video game. If you have not played it, you deserve it to yourself. If you have played it, you deserve to replay it for yourself. Because, my goodness, it is getting damn close to what Hideo Kojima be predicting in these video games, bro. It's getting real fucking close. Between this and between what iRobot was doing with AI, with suppressing speech, we're getting dangerously close to what these movies and video games tried to tell us about way back 20 years ago. Well over 20 years ago. And we just need to be aware and be very, very fucking careful. Now here it is that what Fuyu sent. Let me see if I can read this shit. There's another United States bill in our Congress that is called the Screen Act, not to be mistaken for the Kids Online Safety Act. If passed, it will require full age verification, all in the name of protecting kids to online access. Now, one person said here in the comment section that this law was already spoken before and it was February 2025. So he highly doubts that it will pass, and even if it does, it's going to face a mountain of lawsuits and eventually up to Supreme Court. But it is a good eye to keep close on what's happening. So this is almost in relation to it, right? You know that ID verification stuff in the UK right now? That's not the COSA Act, but that's the Screen Act. Yeah, I'm going to tell you this right now. If, again, this goes to what I'm saying. If that gets passed, the internet is fucked as we know it. If either, from it, way how I see it, if either one of them gets passed, we're fucked as we know it. Because it feels like the Kids Online Act is like, oh, that's just Super Saiyan 1, while this Screen Act is Super Saiyan 2. Here's how I see it. Either of these motherfuckers passes, we are fucked. To the point that I don't even know how we're going to handle this on the internet. If everything you look up, everything you go to requires verification, requires the government to have all of your information. Now, I understand what Omega said, where it's like, look, everybody has your information. My thing is, how much of this information are you passing out to, and how much of it is going to the internet, let alone how much of it is going to somebody that just wants to take your information and use it to fuck you over? That's the big question here. That's the big question here. Are you sure you want to get on every day online and give your information to a company, let alone a person that's behind that could potentially take your information and run your shit up without you realizing? You sure you want to do that? That's something we all need to take a look at. Japan is signal boosting the USA's reactions, and their news are also reporting on all this. Good. Good. Here's the thing, though, Fuyu. Everybody and their mama should have known Japan wasn't going to go for this. Okay? Yeah, I actually saw this. Yeah, I saw this. The new bill in Congress, the distinct from the Kids Online, is under consideration. Let me say this. Japan is not going to go for this. And if anything, Japan is probably going to be on our side here. Now, I want y'all to take a very good guess. Why do you think Japan would be on our side here? Take a good guess as to why. A very good guess. Because I could give you several reasons why Japan would be on our side here with this. Excuse me? What are you talking about? What's the Stop Hate Act? If Stop Hate is basically racism, look, that was passed long ago. I'm going to be real with you. If it's anything relatively close to racism, we already know how that went. But this is dangerous. For all we know, the way how we talk, the way how we use Discord, that might be in jeopardy. Discord, for all we know, could be in jeopardy. YouTube, for all we know, could be in jeopardy. The gaming companies we play with could be in jeopardy. Such as Rockstar. I think if anyone is going to take the biggest hit out of this, it's now not besides us. It's really going to be, as a company, is really going to be Rockstar. Because what else they got going for besides Red Dead Redemption? Thank you, Fuyu, for all this, because honestly, a good chunk of this stuff I have not looked up. But, all I know is this: they all relate. All these acts and stuff like that that you're giving me here, they all relate under one thing and one thing only, and that's just full-on suppression. Like, if this gets passed before the year ends, we are in deep shit as a community, as a system. So enjoy it while you got it. Because and hold your breath when that voting shit comes. Hold your breath. Cause if this passes, I'm just giving y'all the heads up. The internet, as we know, it's not looking good. Now, why am I talking about this to y'all? Even though y'all know about it. Because the way that I see it is this. If this passes, who knows if I'll even have a Discord server. For all I know, the government might take down my Discord server that has these quote-unquote actions or quote-unquote things in here that they don't like. Or they'll take away games that I have. You know what I mean? Like, from where this is going, this feels like we're about to go back into the 90s and 80s of the world. You know what I mean? If this passes. I feel like if this happens, we're going to go back to not using the internet. As much as we should. Considering how useful, even though dangerous, the internet actually is. I still don't see this happen at all. Look, Omega, I don't want to see it happen at all. Yeah, the fact Stardew Valley can get banned. It's funny, I was just talking to Omega about this. Stardew Valley can get banned. GTA as a series can get banned. Fucking Elden Ring could get banned. Dark Souls could get banned. Left 4 Dead, Killing Floor. Why? Because it not only has sexual shit, some sexual shit in there, nudity shit in there, but some violence in there that they don't like. Nier could get banned. I could go on and on about what can and cannot get banned because of this fucking rule. Hell, Warframe could get banned. For all we know. See what I mean? Yup. Power World can get banned. Pokemon can get banned. You see why this is such a fucking problem if this shit goes around and passes? Almost every video game either coming out this year, is already out, is popular, that we know can get banned. Monster Hunter can get terminated. I can continue. I already told you Senran and Conquer can get banned. Red Dead Redemption can get fucked up. Let me go ahead and continue on and see what else I could think of that's in ban worry, but you already get my point. Hell, possibly Destiny 2 could get banned. Shit, you're actually killing the Fallen's dogs. You know what I mean? You know, like the little, that shit, like at the beginning when you're fighting the Fallen, some shit like that, and they got dogs that you take out. They count. Crash can get banned. You hopping over animals and shit. Violence towards those turtles. Violence for having a bandicoot get torched by a dragon. But yeah, man. Yeah. Yup. Smash. Yup. Too much. Too much. Let me go ahead and read it because I know y'all can't see it, but let me read this here. The kind of illegal content and activity that platforms need to protect users from are set out in the act, and this includes content relating to, but not the following: child sexual abuse. By the way, Life is Strange could get banned. Controlling or coercive behavior, extreme sexual violence, extreme pornography, fraud, racially or religiously aggravated public order offenses, inciting violence, illegal immigration and people smuggling. That's definitely going to be some banish-worthy shit. Promoting or facilitating suicide, and intimate image abuse. Then we go down. We got more right here from that one of the comments. It says content which encourages, promotes, or provides instructions for an act of serious violence against a person. Bullying content. Again. Oh, buddy. I just got finished playing Snoot game. That can get banned. Wani can get banned. Content which depicts real or realistic serious violence against a person, depicts the real or realistic serious injury of a person in graphic detail. Content which depicts real or realistic serious violence against an animal, real or realistic violence against an animal in graphic detail, realistically depicts serious violence against a fictional creature and or the injury of a fictional creature in graphic detail. Yo, this shit is gonna make whatever the fuck happened in 84 look tame. By the way, COD can get banned. Not just for the sexual shit. Remember, you're breaking dogs' necks and shooting them in COD. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Off of self-defense. They'd rather see you let a dog tear your throat out than you shooting that dog to protect yourself. Omega's right on one thing. He's absolutely right on this. I don't see this rule passing. And it should not pass. Because not just people in Japan is going to be severely affected over this, but look at the games in America that we have that would be destroyed if this comes out. Now, I do see what you had to say here, where it's like the Stop Hate Act, which will designate anybody that criticizes Israel on social media a terrorist, and will also fine social media companies $5 million for not suppressing the anti-Israel speech. Now, I don't know how much of the Israel stuff is within video games, but I will say, if this is also a thing, I feel for my man Sami Zayn. Because Sami Zayn has said on multiple occasions how he feels with this whole thing going on, with the Israel and Palestine kind of thing going on. Yeah. All I know is this. Okay? We are heading, whether or not this passes, we're in a dark time when it goes to the internet. A very dark time. The games we play are suspect, if not downright shitty. And now we got our own government taking severe measures to punish us for weird ass reasons because, you know, parents can't protect their kids, or we don't like seeing this anymore, so we want to have you stop playing it. My question for you guys is this. And this is the last thing I want to go ahead and bring up before I guess we'll move on to another topic. It won't be much to move on with, because I'll keep it short and sweet. My question with you guys is this. Say if this rule passed, which it won't, but let's say if it does. What are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do to combat this? Because that's a question even for me that I have to answer. Such as this. And this is all I could think of. If this rule passes, the only thing I could think of doing is I would have to have as many fucking phone numbers as I possibly can, or I would have to find another alternative server in case if my Discord gets shut off, and promote that as best as I can, which thankfully I already did, because that's why the whole revolt thing exists. Thank God. But all I can do is this, because with where this is going, I don't want to cut off contact with my... Jer Bear with the sub of 14-month subscriber. Thank you so much, Jer Bear, for the love as always. I wonder how long you've been doing this. Like, have you been doing this for 14 months fucking straight? That's what I want to know. Jesus Christ. Yeah, thank you so much, bro, for, subbing for 14 months. Much love. You take care of yours. You never turned it off. So that explains why I got that payout. I got you to thank. So I got you to thank for the payout. Because I ended up getting a $50 payout. So thanks for that. Because you kept subscribing month after month after month after month. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, to end it from there, man. This shit is scary. Okay? This whole thing going on right now with this internet stuff, it's scary. And all I could think of is this. If I was to come up with any other way that I could, I know, Fu, you said you wouldn't do anything, but for me, it's like, look, I don't want to cut off contact with my people. So the only way that I'm going to have to do this is to either open up an alternative server in case, if my Discord gets struck in some way, then I have that to, to fall back on. But, all I could think of is just have as many phone numbers as I can and go back to how it was in the 90s where we sat up there and was not using the internet like that. And I would just have to just contact people through texting on the phone and shit. That's all I could think of. That's all I could think of. And I hope and pray that something like this doesn't ever come to pass. Jared Beard, thankfully for you, you never go through with this. You haven't gone through with this, and I hope you haven't. Because I know it's been rough for a few people over there in, with the EU side of things, with the UK side of things. But for people that are affected, apparently on Blue Sky, you won't have to worry about this. So thankfully there's that. You can always see what you want to see on Blue Sky. I know that's not much, but at least there's that to combat everything, seeing as moving over from country to country through a VPN, which, by the way, they're looking to attack. They're cracking down on these VPNs. So be careful of that. This is just the UK. Who's to say the US won't follow up if that goes through? So they're trying. Yeah, I said the same thing. I said, look, good luck with that, because they're gonna keep trying. They're going to keep trying. yeah, if there's any last words y'all got with this whole thing, I'll put it out like this. I just hope that the next time I do an episode, there's a good update with this, such as these motherfuckers stopping having to do this, because it's very, very wrong. Like, the amount of games, the amount of things they would take away if this comes true is astronomical. Like, it would change the internet and change gaming as we know it. Should they get rid of this? Should they make this come true? But then again, this is also why I told Fuyu, Jerry Bear, and Omega, because I know y'all still here. This is why I told y'all. Japan is not going to let this shit slide. Japan is not going to let this slide. Rockstar is not going to let this slide. And you know damn well they will not let it slide. And here's the deal. The government can't be hypocritical here. They have to go through with it. They can't just pick one or the other for this. They have to go through with that. So the minute this goes down and they try to ban these games, you already know Rockstar ain't down with that. They're going to have an appeal ready. And you know damn well Nintendo ain't down with that, and they're going to have an appeal ready. With all this, verbatim bans any video game or anime that features violence against a fictional creature, they're not down with this. For every stretch of the word, they're not down with this. So yeah, like you said, good luck with that. All right, I won't have much to talk about with this next one because there isn't much to really say here, and this is going to be the last topic for me to bring up. Of course, for anyone unaware, you know what? I'm thinking about it. Do I even want to bring this up? You know what? I'm not going to bring it up because it's not worth the trouble to bring up, because I already said what I said under multiple occasions when it went to how I feel with, the one person going the way that they went. But I will bring this up though. Splitgate. This will be my last topic of the day. I know, late. I don't give a fuck. I'm late, yes, but I'll bring it up anyway. Splitgate. We need to have this talk. So, Splitgate. I've never seen a game. I don't think I've really seen a game do this really since what? The fuck was it? The versus thing, the super versus thing, the multiverses. Yeah, there you go. I think it was the multiverses one with the Smash Brothers look-alike with fucking Warner Brothers. I've never seen a game do this since then, which was pretty recent, where you go into beta, right? You go into beta, then you go out of beta, and you were talking shit while you were going out of beta, and then you go back into beta. What the fuck are we doing? Seriously, what are we doing? I'm not going to play the vid from here because it's not worth it, because there's not much to really talk about here. But my thing is this. Why would you even have that? You know what? I'm not mad at the guy that said what he said. I get it. You want to be confident in your game. I understand that. I get that. But the fact that the most that they did for Splitgate 2, and they should not be shocked at this, the most that they did for Splitgate 2 was release that Battle Royale, and that was it. At that point, I'm going to be honest with you. At that point, you should have just kept Splitgate 1 and kept it moving. You know what I mean? Why do this? And the thing is, I actually like Splitgate too. Shit, I play it here and there. I don't play it a whole lot, which is another issue, by the way, with this game. The replayability for me is not here with Splitgate. It was never. It was only there for like a couple matches, and then after that, I get right off the game and I don't play it for a while because y'all don't have the replayability y'all don't have the replayability like that. The sad thing is, they're not the only one. Such as, of course, which is crazy to say, they compared this with Halo, right? How come Halo Infinite is still the most played free-to-play shooter game like this? That's still the most played compared to this one and compared to any of the other ones in like the past couple of years. For as much shit we give Halo, you can still download and have a good time with Halo Infinite. And if you want to commit to it, you can play for it for a while. They're at least trying to make something, do something new, do something fresh. But with how I look at it with Splitgate, don't get me wrong, I love the game and all, but you didn't do anything besides sitting up there and be like, oh, okay, we got these 3 teams here, we got these specific skins and shit here, and there you go. The other worst thing they could have done was, why would you drop your deluxe pack or some shit like that, your founders pack? Why would you drop that for $60 knowing damn well that you can't afford to be doing this? Now, yes, they rectified it and they dropped it at $40, but the damage was already done. And then y'all tried to rebound and say, oh, okay, we listen to our company, we listen to our people. My thing is, do you? Do you? I mean, yes, you did it. I mean, yeah, you swapped it back to $40, but my thing is I'm gonna be real, it should have been no more than 20. I can't be the only one that think that way. If you really want to build a good community, if you really want to keep your standing with these games, you better have some damn good replayability ahead of you. Because if you don't, you're not going to hang around much longer. Now, there's a reason for me. I'll be honest with you. Even though I haven't played it much as of late, there's a reason for me. I've been playing Power World a lot as of late. Now, I haven't played it not recently, but there's a reason why I went back to it. This game got some replayability. And I'm constantly going back over and over and over and over again just to build a better fortress, just to build up better pals, just to, continue to make my team stronger. That's that replayability that's missing. There's a reason why I still go back here and there, and I still play Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. That replayability is still there. And I know this is closing. I know Need for Speed Rivals is closing its online support. But you want to know what? The game still got replayability from a game that came all the way back out in 2012, 2013, and I'm still playing this shit. I can't speak for Splitgate. I can't speak for a couple of these other games. You know what I mean? Because they're just not doing a good job of holding that attention. Which is funny to say. Monster Hunter hasn't done a good job either. Hell, as of late, you want to know what's crazy? It's funny we talking about Monster Hunter here. You want to know what's crazy? Is as of late, I've been considering just having to go back to Monster Hunter World and go back to Rise and have some fun playing with that until we get the expansion. That's, for me, tells me how much the replayability with a few of these games have died off for me. Now, I understand you could chalk it up to, oh, you just don't have the attention span that you used to anymore, and that may be true. That absolutely may be true. But my thing is, when you take games that are similar, that I like just as much, and you turn it into a boring ass game that I could care less about now, at that point, you only got one chance to make up for it. And if you can't do that, then, well, oh fucking well. It's your problem to deal with. Even here and there, I come back on Helldivers 2. I know I go on and off with this game because of its big ass space, such as 131 gigs. But when I want to go back and play some Helldivers, I will go back and play that shit, have the time of my life, because it has that replayability. And I think for me, that's what really, for me is what is truly a mark of a good game. If I'm coming back and I'm playing these games time in, time out, here and there, and like, you know what, this shit is great, this shit is fun, I wanna play this again and have fun. Oh yeah, even Risk of Rain, which I need to actually reinstall. I don't know why I didn't do it, but you get my point. Anyway, that's all I really have for today. These games need to have some replayability again. And a good chunk of it we're missing. Now, I understand about the whole Battlefield thing, such as Battlefield 6, the beta's coming out with it, and I might stream the beta then, but y'all know how I feel with Battlefield. You know how much I love Battlefield. But you also know how much, as of late, we have detested and despised EA. So I'm going to hold my verdict, not until I play the beta, but I'm going to hold my verdict until Battlefield 6 comes out. And until I get the opportunity to play it. Because guess what? I'm not buying it $70 on release. You can forget that shit. It ain't happening. I learned a hard way off of 2042. I learned a hard way off of Battlefield 5. So right now, they're on a wait and see, just like everything else in the world. Till then, guys, here's the schedule throughout the rest of the week. Tomorrow, 5:30, I will be going back and playing Gravity Rush, which I hope, if Jer Bear is here, I hope Jer Bear does some Gravity Rush art. I want to see my girl Cat in some art, in his art style. I hope he does Cat. Thursday, I will be going back to Judgment, and I also will be doing Anime Movie Night because Friday I will be out. 7 p.m. I will be out to go watch the Fantastic Four movie. And Saturday and Sunday, I'm chilling. I'm going about it my own way. Till then, guys, y'all have yourself a good rest of the day. I see my girl Winter is streaming, so we're going to go and raid Winter. She's having the time of her life playing some Final Fantasy. So till then, as always, guys, every second, every minute, every hour that's with me is every second, every minute, every hour. I'm blessed and thankful for you guys. Go give Winter your love. Tell her I sent you. Until then, I will see you tomorrow. She's fucking amazing. She's great. She's one of the most valued and treasured members here for, in our community. So go show her some love. Peace.